Turn me loose. Quick it.
We got to get right into this.
I'm Nix.
I'm hyped.
Ready.
I've been hyped. Did you guys see Andy Ruiz Jr.'s fight? Or did you see like the highlight of him just the big heavyweight brawl when he became the first Mexican heavyweight champion?
I saw it.
That's hype.
I was impressed.
The dude does not look like a fighter. Like, I mean, everyone he looks like a brawler. He doesn't look like a champion. So it was impressive.
Yeah, we haven't seen a
Plus, he holds
fighter.
3 fucking belts.
He's kind of like the Roy Nelson. Remember Roy Nelson?
Please,
in the UFC?
yes.
Like that guy can
Ultimate
fucking
fighter
scrap
champion.
and
He's just the gut of gods.
Yeah, exactly. This guy's kind of got the similar build.
Thank God. Bringing Roy Nelson in the mix.
Shout out Roy Nelson.
Was it
whatever
Roy
you're up to.
Big Country?
Duh.
Roy Big Country
And
Nelson.
I think what really just shocked people in this scenario is that Anthony Joshua, I believe that was his name, he was like that dude's in the gym. Like he was like sculpted like a god, and then he just gets knocked out by
Knocked the fuck out.
Tony Ruiz, who's had a few cheeseburgers.
Couple.
Good fight though.
It was a good brawl. It was very
brawl.
good scrap.
I am mad.
And it got me thinking,
Stop.
what would happen if the 4 of us got into a brawl, just a fight to the death? Who do you think of the 4 of us would come out on top?
Pat and I were just kind of like talking about this. Like, he almost kind of murdered
You guys
me.
were just talking about this.
Yeah, like he just like almost pushed me off a balcony, and we were just talking about his escape. I was trying to help him escape the country if
That's
he
when
did
you
happen to
flee.
murder me. That's
How
called
do I
being
flee
a
the
good
country?
fucking friend.
Yeah.
Helping someone flee after they've murdered you. Anyway, what are we talking
We're
about?
brawling right now, so
If it just came down to like just an all-out fist fight brawl, like
No weapons.
no weapons, just like what God gave you. Like, are you guys trying to come for Nomar and Garcia Parra?
You're
Like, I'm coming out swinging.
Your fists are not named Nomar Garcia Parra.
Oh, never.
I don't know. I'm a dirty guy. Fight dirty. Coming at your eyes.
All
and your
right.
crotch.
Yeah, is this like a street fight? Is this like a Rocky 5 street fight, or is this like a boxing?
I mean, it's a
ring?
fight to the death.
Fight to the death.
A boxing match
That's
has
what
got
it's
rules. It's regulated. Fight to
I know
the
what you
death.
guys- it's going down.
Like,
Anything
you're not
goes.
getting back up. Like, until you don't get back up.
I know if you get me pinned down, like I'm squirrely as shit.
I'll
and
tell a
my legs
story.
Choke you out and flip you.
I'll tell a
You got
Pat
those,
story.
like, long,
Yeah,
like,
I got you.
That's a good little. Pat
I got you
story.
on a Pat story real quick.
tentacles like an octopus or a squid.
Pat is the scrawniest human being you will ever see in your life. You look at him, you go, "Oh yeah, I could take that bitch."
Yeah. Who's this guy?
But like, who's this guy? But you put that dog in a corner. My God, I watched him
It's
take on a dude
Yeah.
that used to play rugby, that
It was
used to
bad.
wrestle. He used to do a lot of things. He was twice the size of young Pat. And he just kept fucking with him. He put him in a pretzel. He'd throw him around. He always just like would like grab his cheeks and pinch him.
Weird. It was, I don't know. It just pissed me off.
Pissed him off.
Pinned me every once in a while. I'm like, oh, just fucking around.
And Pat's just sitting there, kind of stoned, sitting on the couch, not
One
wanting
day I
anyone to
was-
fuck with him.
One day I was pissed off. Too pissed off. Maybe I was, I don't know, buzzed or whatever. But
Caught you on the wrong fucking day.
Caught the
wrong
Pat on
day.
the wrong fucking day.
This
And
is
he
like,
put Pat in the corner.
2010 college days. Young 18, 19 Pat. But anyways.
Put fucking Pat in the corner. And Pat snapped his fucking legs around this kid's neck, slapped him over real quick, and proceeded to basically choke him out with his legs. And then he just... I couldn't even tell you the array of jujitsu he like started to perform. Pat does not know jujitsu, people, so
Krav Maga.
fucking Krav Maga,
So-
and he made this kid tap the fuck out. So honestly, if you want my opinion, I'm the top dog here. I'll just slay you all. If you want to argue it,
Oh.
go ahead, argue it. I got the girth. I got the girth.
Do you have like a sick name for your fist?
Randy Cunningham. One's Randy. He gets you Randy.
And then Cunningham.
So cunning.
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, I think Pat's a wild card to come out on top. If it's like a brawl to the death, I think you put him, like, he'll start out slow, Like, you'll probably beat the shit out of him for a while, but once he gets hit and you get inside that bubble, and it's like truly life or death, he's gonna snap on your ass like a fucking mongoose and choke you the fuck out until you die. So honestly, I just thought it was the top dog, but if we're in that situation, I'm giving my money to that beast because I've seen him in action, and I don't think I can take his appendages.
The appendages are
like
coming
It's
strong.
too slippery. Are you gonna lube yourself
It'd
up
have to be
before you
like-
go into battle?
It'd be like 2-on-1, and then I don't know, and then one of you guys would kill each other. Like,
Oh,
shit.
so that we're all four fighting each other at once.
It's like,
Oh yeah, it's
Oh, then you're all just
It's
gonna
like-
gang up on me.
it's like
Yeah, we'll go
I'm
take that.
I'm choking on Ryan, and Ben's like, oh shit, no, Ryan.
I'm just gonna start
No.
windmilling and just like keep spinning.
I don't even know.
I think you're a bitch, and you'd immediately just get slain.
Oh.
Damn.
I don't know. I just think, but my problem here is like, I think you just get, you're like fucking Rocky. Like, you will get the shit beat out of you, and you will never stay down. And that's the problem is like, you got the heart of a goddamn lion. And then, I don't know, I just feel like,
I don't know. Oh, it's weird to talk about.
I don't know.
Beating all your friends up.
Like,
This is like some like what's that Elijah Wood movie? Like they're drunk and they're like
like
soccer
the-
guys.
I would guess
Street
I've
Hooligans.
Green
actually
Street Hooligans.
probably been in the
Like,
most fights
I'm
out
like,
of all of you.
I
though.
would down to go into a brawl with you guys, but I don't want to fucking.
here's
brawl with you
my
guys.
thing with Mike. Here's
This
my
is like
thing with
some
Mike.
What if
PC
it-
shit
okay,
shit.
so, like, here's the
PCP,
scenario.
Like if we're all tripping out on acid, and we start like freaking out, like, and then we start killing each other.
we
That
smoke a Jeffrey.
This is not a dolphin
if we're all
experiment.
like all just like dolphined out. To
We're not going swimming with the dolphins.
Here's my if it's sober
Where's your
Mike.
ball at? I'm gonna
I
kill
don't
you.
think I'm not worried about sober Mike. I think sober Mike,
true.
he might be the first one to go down.
Sober Mike hasn't been in many fights.
I think drunk Mike, if drunk Mike's here, I low key think drunk Mike can come out on top.
I think
So
Drunk Mike has been in plenty of fights. Probably
Down to
more than
scrap.
all of you.
He's down to scrap.
He's down to scrap.
But yeah, there was one time in we were
we
out
go.
at some bars and we were getting ready to leave and getting in our Uber to go, and it was late, 3 a.m. The bars are closing, and this dude is talking shit about our basketball team that just got knocked out of the NCAA tournament.
Oh,
So one of
Jesus.
my friends reaches
Fucking
out of the front window of the he's sitting in the Uber in shotgun and reaches out and smacks the dude's to-go box all over the concrete floor. So the guy didn't really like that. So he runs up and swings like through the window at him. The kid blocked it. Me and the other kid who are in the back seat jump out of the Uber
Naturally.
and just charge this kid. So a big brawl breaks out. By the way, this is the second fight we got in that night. And so like punches are being thrown and this kid comes, like, he was a pretty big guy.
Side note.
And he comes to and he throws a massive haymaker and it hit an innocent bystander who wasn't involved at all. Knocked the kid on his ass.
Oh no.
So then
a bigger
geez.
brawl.
we
What
get
movie
this
is that? That's like it's literally like a movie scenario where like
no.
he swings and punches and like punches like a
somebody
chick.
that was completely not involved, and I think he was aiming for me too. And I'm glad I dodged that because it was a fucking bomb that he threw. So we get so then like now the two of us are getting up on this guy and we get him on the floor and like it's getting a little dirty. Like this kid is being pinned down on the ground and being punched in the face, and the innocent bystander like came to, and like got up and he wanted his vengeance. So then he's sticking the kid when he's on the ground, and I'm like, all right, this is getting out of control. It felt like slow motion, but it had probably only been like 60 to 80 seconds. So I'm like, we got to get fucking out of here. So I grab the other guy, and our Uber driver is still sitting there. The guy who was in shotgun hasn't moved the entire time. We jump,
The guy started the whole
caused
thing.
the whole thing.
we jump back into the car and we're like, go, go, go. And our Uber driver like peeled out like a getaway car, basically. And we were like,
I
thanks
hope
for
you gave
waiting
him a
for us,
5
man.
star.
And he was like, yeah, man, that guy took a swing at my car. I'm glad you guys kicked the shit out of him. that was our fight.
Oh, that's glorious. My money just kind of just went on drunk peak a lot. Like, if you're showing up to this thing
But-
sober,
He was in a tag team scenario.
Oh, he was.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But act like you guys won't tag team like you've been
I
doing.
think that's what we'll do.
That's what
is
that's my
him-
strategy. Is I'll befriend one of you in this battle.
It's gonna
of death.
be like the old days, and you two are gonna be sharing a recliner again until
We're just
Pat and I are
gonna-
both
okay.
done.
Yeah.
Right, so I think me and
And it'll be
me
down
and
to
Mike
you
would just
two.
kick the shit out of Ben real quick.
We team up on you each one
I
at a
think-
time.
down real easy.
And
I
then we
destroy
have
him. He
a-
lays there for a while. You get me, and then you got to deal with him. And good luck with that. So if you guys survive that,
Then when it's
luck.
just me and you, we find a recliner chair and make a blood oath and go out together. And TMLP is all dead.
And to just confirm your assessment of me, I did get punched, like sucker punched twice in the face in college, and I did successfully land a retaliation punch both times. So
Rocky,
I can take a punch.
Nice.
I've been jumped more times than I like to admit. And it's
Fucking
not
hurts.
fun.
I've only really.
All right, I'm ready to move on.
Bitch ass bitch. You guys want to talk some shit? I know actually, Ben has some shit talk for us because Ben
You're gonna make me talk about it.
hashtag made Cole.
I did make goal. I was sitting at my desk today, and I felt it. Last night's walleye.
And now
creeping
you're
up on
sitting
me.
in corporate America too.
I'm in corporate America. I'm sitting there, and I have, set breaks, so I knew I couldn't make it. And at the same time, I didn't want to go in there and lay that down. I didn't want to go lay down the law on that toilet. Like, I didn't want to wipe and use half the toilet paper and make the sweet old day porter, like, have to change the toilet. There was just a lot of scenarios running through my
There
head.
is no day porter.
Oh, there was. There's a dude there.
I don't think he cleans.
Why are you throwing me off? Yes, he's been there. Why are you throwing this all off?
Because I'm upset about it. Go ahead.
He doesn't do a great job, but he does exist, and he has clean 'cause he's walked in on me taking a dump, if you must know. And he gave me the old housekeeping.
Okay. So you're
So,
drop.
are you done?
Yes. You triggered
Kitten
me.
Cannon, I'm
Triggered
going
me.
to slap you in the groin. All right. Where was I? Anyway, I held it in. And it came out a non-wiper.
How long did you hold it?
I held it for about 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I pressed it.
You're flirting with diamonds. Dad.
I was a regular refinery, I feel like.
But it came out. It came out
And
smooth. It came out like a.
I
it
was
came out
just-
like a 4 on the stool chart.
It blew my mind
Crystal.
because I only had to wipe once, and that was mostly just for checkage, just making sure everything was
Just a
like
security
crystal clear.
wipe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
security wipe.
Solid.
And I knew 30 minutes prior, if I would have went up there, I would have used half a roll of toilet paper because that would have slapped both my cheeks together, and it would have been
It's a dangerous game. It could backfire.
a Kama Sutra of evil down
You
there.
could try to make coal, and it could liquidate on you quick.
I always
Yeah,
thought about
man.
that, like an explosion.
I almost shit my pants out of Lowe's last weekend.
It's like a,
And I had to try and make coal, and then I'm driving home, and I'm trying, and as I'm getting, it's Ryan Snare, as I'm getting,
talking about making coal.
as I'm getting closer to my house, it's getting worse. Like, I'm like 10 minutes away, and
Yeah.
then I'm almost there. I'm fucking in the
It's all about
doorstep,
explode.
and I'm right outside the bathroom, and I literally almost shit my pants.
Your
Like,
anus
I was like,
knows
I've
that.
survived 10 minutes. I'm this close.
that's
You're
the worst
You're like
part, yeah.
waddling like a penguin, like, oh,
Yeah.
come on, not today.
I
Like,
was prairie dogging it right at the
It's
end.
the T-zone right
It's your
there.
brown eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe in the third eye. I also believe in the brown eye.
we know.
you know it. Like,
I'm starting to believe in it too, as a matter
But
of
I'm
fact.
glad that I made a believer in Ben. In
making coal, not the brown eye. The brown
Hashtag-
eye's not a thing.
Hashtag making
Let me ask you
coal.
this though:
You do
if,
not have bottle
if
foresight.
you are making coal and you're drinking coffee,
No coffee.
I'm just telling you that if you drink coffee, it'll help. You'll take better shits if you drink coffee.
Just drink water.
It did help, though.
I drink a 16-ounce cup of coffee every day, and I don't take a shit till 5 o'clock.
I will back Mike on that because I had a cup of coffee before, and I think that's what made it a little liquid. And then I let the coffee kind of do a little work with the coal in there, and
brought
it did
some
help.
of the other
Like
sustenance
I
with
don't
it.
usually, I don't usually shit non-wipers, so I think the coffee brought it from a non-wiper. Otherwise, it would have been a solid like double wipe, maybe triple.
Kind of compared. Like, have you ever poured like when you water the garden? Like if you put water in like a soil, like a potted plant, like how the soil kind of drops when the water goes through it. It's kind of what I think your bowels do when that liquid runs through it. So you got to give it a little more time
Right.
to drop all the way down.
So you get into work, you get your cup of coffee, You let your coffee cool down, you drink your coffee, and then 20 to 30 minutes later, you go take a shit. That's my daily routine, boys.
I don't know. I get the feeling that I have to take a shit, but then it goes away. It's like, see you later. See you when you're free. That's how my church works.
I take my first one about 10 o'clock, and then after that, it's haywire from there.
What's the longest
Take two,
you've
I can take
ever
3.
gone without taking a shit?
My buddy went 3 days.
We've already talked about this. We're not getting back into
It's a month.
Spiral
dump
through.
pick hole.
Month?
A month.
He was constipated.
My intestines almost exploded in the summer going into 6th grade.
He went a whole month without taking a dump.
That is not healthy.
That's
It
why.
wasn't.
This is why that month of constipation led to my knowledge of enemas
He's
and my
knowledgeable.
bowel issues to this day.
That's why he's got a shit talking
How
segment.
big was that release?
It was not. It was gradual. There was never a large release. It just eventually got better. I just, little by little, chunk by chunk.
Goat turd by goat turd.
But you were backed up for a month.
Mm-hmm. I would take like little like
could have
I would
died.
have, like little rabbit turds. Yeah, my intestines were almost gonna explode.
And that's such an unsatisfying dump, and you never got
Was it your
satisfied.
small-
I had to take
and
this
large?
nasty like
Small and large
Liquid-
intestines?
I don't know. I think my lower intestines.
Yeah.
But I had to take this nasty like liquid medicine, and then I had to do like enemas 3 times a day.
And it just did 3 times a day. And it was Jesus.
Morning,
So
afternoon.
it wasn't from a lack of trying, is what you're saying.
No, this was like after the month. Like
I need
like,
more
went,
enemas.
I went
Mom.
three, like a whole month with like just taking like no
During
shit.
the summer?
Hope you enjoyed this quick hit, chumps and chumpettes. As always, follow our Twitter page, Turn Me Loose Pod, and you can find every quick hit and video on our YouTube page, Turn Me Loose Podcast. Like and subscribe.